Imagine a healer who doesn't just patch wounds, but turns every tiny debuff into a weapon of mass strategic advantage. That's Chisa. She arrives on the battlefield not with fireworks or flashy numbers, but with precision, rhythm, and the subtle power to transform negative status teams into unstoppable machines. The real question is, can she replace Aero Rover or Shorekeeper? And why is she the smartest investment for the future? Spoiler alert, she is, but not in the obvious way. Yo, welcome to the channel. Kumusta sa inyong lahat? Life has been a whirlwind lately, balancing travel across East and Southeast Asia with my new role at a Canadian tech firm. But trust me, if there is one topic worth pausing for, it is Chisa. She is not about big instant damage that makes you feel accomplished for 5 seconds before moving on. No, she is subtle, clever, and the type of character that rewards patience and thought. Before we dive deeper, let me give you a quick tip for all you gacha fans out there. You can get some edge to your 3.0 asteroid farming by getting a massive 24% discount with Loot Bar. It's a great way to keep your top-ups cheap and safe. Loot Bar offers cheaper than in-game top-ups, and if you use my link in the description, you can get an extra 10% off your first Lunite subscription, Battle Pass, or refill purchase. Trusted by gacha fans for their reliability and customer service, they're rated near perfect on Trustpilot. Their DIY mobile top-up means you get your discounts without giving your password. I know because I use them. So if you're planning to pull, this might just be your wallet's best friend. Hit that link, save big, and help support the channel. Now, back to the video. Let's compare her to Aero Rover and Shorekeeper. Aero Rover is excellent at managing Aero Erosion stacks, while Shorekeeper is the master of general status amplification. Chisa, however, is like Shorekeeper on steroids for negative status teams. She doubles and extends debuffs like a hyper-efficient accountant who secretly enjoys chaos. This is where her genius shines. You don't just slot her in and expect fireworks, you slot her in and suddenly your entire rotation makes sense in a way that feels almost too good to be true. Currently, we only know of a few debuffs, namely Aero Erosion and Spectro Frazzle, but Kuro has hinted that more will be revealed later. Here is where the foresight comes into play. Investing in Chisa now is not just about today or next week. It's a forward-thinking move that ensures your team will be prepared when more negative status mechanics are introduced. She's not a short-term thrill. She's a longer-term option that gradually helps your team manage debuffs more efficiently and keep rotation smoother without being flashy. Her abilities also synergize beautifully with other debuff-focused allies. She can boost Aero Rover's stack management, allowing continuous Aero Erosion accumulation without constantly switching back to the main stack generator. For Frazzle, she gives Spectro Rover more Frazzle stacks, thus allowing Zani the ability to hit maximum stacks without Phoebe and feeling like you are juggling flaming swords blindfolded. Essentially, she is designed to streamline negative status teams so well that if you play her right, you start feeling like the game is finally cooperating for once. And if Phoebe is your cup of tea, you can combine her with Chisa and Spectro Frazzle to really unlock her potential as a main DPS. She's already strong as a sub-DPS, but with Chisa and Spectro Rover amplifying Frazzle stacks, her damage output becomes significantly more threatening. Beyond raw numbers, this pairing also allows more consistent application of negative status effects, meaning Phoebe can operate with higher uptime and less micromanagement. In practice, she becomes a hybrid threat, balancing reliable support with surprising burst potential, making her a versatile asset in any debuff-focused comp. But don't think she's just a utility bot. Chisa's healing and shielding add layers of survivability that make your team feel invincible. Her Moment of Nihility burst heals steadily, while her Chainsaw mode deals minor damage that feels satisfying, like sprinkling just the right amount of salt on a dish. The combination of healing, shielding, and subtle damage keeps your negative status comp stable, which is more than most DPS can claim when their numbers vanish after a quick rotation.
Chisa doesn't outright replace Rover or Shorekeeper. She fills a specific role that wasn't fully covered before. She helps apply debuffs more consistently, eases rotation demands, and prepares your team for upcoming mechanics. She quietly improves team flow without drawing too much attention. Beyond supporting Aero Rover, she makes it easier to use non-premium setups and more flexible team compositions without losing efficiency. Her presence makes negative status teams feel smoother, more predictable, and generally easier to manage. There's also a significant added benefit to Chisa. She makes negative status teams far less dependent on premium lineups and rigid setups. By bolstering Rover, she allows players who have Phoebe to skip Zani if needed, and vice versa, giving more freedom in team composition. Additionally, her presence reduces the necessity of including Chiakona for Aero Erosion teams, opening the door for more creative or accessible builds. Essentially, Chisa acts as a flexible backbone, smoothing rotations, maximizing debuff uptime, and letting players experiment with different team members without losing efficiency, all while keeping the strategy engaging and satisfying. In practical terms, she rewards players who understand timing, rotation flow, and debuff management. Her contributions may not scream for attention, but they quietly snowball into tangible advantages that make fights feel smoother and more controlled. She turns a chaotic team composition into a well-oiled machine while others are still fumbling with clunky rotations. So, does that mean she's a universal pick, future-proof, or worth all the hype? The answer is yes, but with a few caveats. She definitely has her strengths, especially for players willing to look past her modest damage the way you might have with Shorekeeper. Her aesthetic appeal is undeniable, particularly in the Japanese market, but her true potential lies in the yet-to-be-revealed negative status effects. Pulling her now is less about immediate power and more about securing a long-term strategic advantage. Think of it as investing in a character who promises to become the negative status equivalent of Shorekeeper, rewarding patience, foresight, and careful planning as the meta evolves. In short, Chisa is not meant to make you feel like an instant superstar. She's more of a practical choice for players who plan ahead and want a consistent, steady support for negative status teams. She functions similarly to Shorekeeper in terms of debuff amplification and helps maintain team efficiency over longer fights. If you're looking for a character whose usefulness grows as you understand her mechanics and team synergy, Chisa fits that role. If this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for massive damage buffs. Ring the bell if you want to receive even greater gacha blessings. Thank you so much for watching, maraming salamat po, and I will see you in the next video drop. Goodbye!